All right, so we're back with Crobat once again with Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl coming out. We've got Crobat in the mix once again. I love this Pokemon. Use it all the time in Sword and Shield. It's just a fun Pokemon to use. It's not the absolute 100% best Pokemon, but it can be very, very surprising for people. So let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. All right, so the stats, we've got Defense 80, Special Defense 80, Speed 130, Attack 90, Special Attack 80, and HP 85. So kind of middle of the road stat spread here. The attack is pretty decent, but the speed is kind of its brightest shining point on this Pokemon. It's super fast, and it does have a pretty good move pool, which we'll talk about a little later. But it's just kind of a fun Pokemon. Its defenses aren't super low, so you're not getting like one-tapped by everything, but they're not super high either. So you're a little on the soft side there, so you got to be careful with the defenses. And then you've got your attack and special attack, which are kind of in that middle road. Attack a little higher, upper middle there, but speed is definitely the bread and butter for this Pokemon. All right, so for abilities, we've got the Infiltrator ability, which is its hidden ability, and we've got Inner Focus. Okay, so Infiltrator is basically, it's going to bypass the effects of Reflect, Light Screen, Safeguard, and Mist. So you'll be able to kind of ignore those things and do the full maximum potential of damage that you can possibly do. Inner Focus essentially stops you from flinching. Now, things with Mold Breaker that are going to ignore abilities are going to be able to still flinch you with their attacks. But if you have this on, somebody comes out, uses Fake Out, it doesn't matter. You're not flinched, and you are still going to be able to use your turn to attack to your full potential. Okay, when we're looking at the resistances here for the Crobat, obviously he's a flying type, so he is going to be immune to the ground type attacks. So anything that's going to use Earthquake or any of those, you are good to go. You don't have to worry about it. And this also makes you a good pairing for something like a Garchomp, where you have you're using a Garchomp on your side, you have Earthquake, you use Earthquake, and which would normally attack you as a teammate, but instead it does nothing to you, but still does the damage to the other side of the field. So it kind of works for you in both ways. You're not going to take damage from enemies, but you're not going to take damage from yourself either. It is going to be resistant to Fighting, Poison, Bug, Grass, and Fairy types as well. So Fighting, Bug, and Grass are going to be a 1/4 resistance, and Poison and Fairy are going to be a 1/2 resistance. So overall, pretty good resistances here. And compared to its weaknesses, which it only has 4 of, which it has 4 of, not exactly low, but not too high either. It is a better resistance to weakness ratio, especially with that ground type immunity. Okay, now Crobat is going to have 4 different weaknesses. It's going to be Rock, Electric, Psychic, and Ice. Each one of those is going to be a 2x weakness, so just be careful of that. Luckily, it doesn't have any 4x weaknesses here that could really, really, really destroy your chance of it being anything, but these 2x weaknesses are here. Not terrible, but just know they exist. If you're finding this video helpful at all, or you're liking it, please drop a like and subscribe. Also, guys, feel free to come over and visit us at the Twitch channel anytime you'd like. We do a lot of battles, raids, and trades every day, mostly Pokemon content as well as on Pokemon Go. You'll find the links down below in the description. Other than that, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of this video. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the movesets now. I think all of these are going to be pretty much physical attack oriented. We're not going to be using special attack, really. So most of our EVs are going to go into physical attack. We're going to try to make him as heavy hitting as possible. And we are going to be, in this moveset here, doing another 252 into speed, so we can be as fast as possible. So 252 to attack, 252 to speed. The additional, throw it into whatever you like. I just put it into HP. Now, since this is going to be a kind of heavy offensive build here, we are going to be doing Brave Bird, Cross Poison, U-Turn, X Scissor, or Leech Life. Now, you could also do something like Pursuit here as well. I'm more of a fan of X Scissor than I am Leech Life. In fact, I'd probably use Pursuit over Leech Life too, but I know some people like to have that little bit of HP coming back, so I decided to throw it up here. Cross Poison's great because it does have that increased chance of critting, as well as the possibility of poisoning. Now, the poison's a little low, the possibility's a little low, but there is that double bonus there for Cross Poison, so really like that skill, plus it's a stab bonus. And then your Brave Bird is a super, super heavy hitting move. With your stab bonus, it does crazy damage. Just keep in mind you are going to take some recoil damage as soon as you hit, you will also take some damage as well. Just keep that in mind, especially because Crobat's not exactly the tankiest Pokemon in the universe. And then U-turn's great because, you know, it's your get out of jail free card. You just get to do some chip damage and hop on out and switch Pokemon. And with your crazy speed, there's not a whole lot that's going to be faster than the Crobat. So for ability item nature, we're going to be looking at the Infiltrator ability. We're going to be rocking the Jolly nature so we can be as fast as we can possibly be. And then for items, there's a bunch you could do here. You could go kind of simple with the Sharp Beak or the Razor Claw. You could go a little more advanced with the Choice Scarf or the Expert Belt. There's a lot you can do here. Razor Claw is going to increase your critical rate, so that's going to affect your cross poison. Sharp Beak is going to increase your Brave Bird's damage. Choice Scarf is going to make you just ridiculously fast. And Expert Belt obviously is going to do more damage for all those super effective hits. So I'm a big fan of Expert Belt here. Choice Scarf would probably be my second choice, but you could definitely use the Razor Claw or the Sharp Beak as well. Okay, so our next set's going to be a little bit more support-oriented here. We're still going to do the 252 into attack, 252 into speed, but this time the moveset's going to be really, really different. We're going to mix it up completely to the last one. We're going to use Taunt, Tailwind, Toxic, and then Cross Poison is going to be our one offensive attack. So Taunt obviously is great when you have something that's a little bulkier out on the field that's going to want to build up its defenses or, you know, cast all different kinds of screens. You see somebody come out and you know they're a Tailwind setter or they're a screen setter. You use Taunt, now they can't do it and their turn fails basically, especially if it's Trick Room. You know, Pokemon, you use Taunt on the Trick Room or you just screwed that whole strategy up. That whole team is screwed up. So Taunt's really nice here. Cross Poison, again, that's our stab bonus move here. Tailwind gonna make our team stupid fast. So Tailwind is great because it's going to boost that side, the speed on our side of the field and make our Pokemon faster than everything else. Just keep in mind, if it is a Trick Room team you're going against, Tailwind is now meaningless and worthless. So you want to make sure you taunt that Trick Roomer first and then use your Tailwind. And then Toxic is going to be, you know, maybe the Crobat goes down to 1 HP with the Focus Sash, and there's nothing on the field that we can really kill with Cross Poison. So let's poison it real quick. Do that, and that's going to get crazy good chip damage out while the Crobat's dead. So that's the set for this support Crobat. Let's look at the items. Inner Focus, we're going to switch over to Inner Focus for the ability on this one. We're going to still stick with the Jolly nature, and that's because we want it to be super fast so it can outspeed a lot. And then we can either have the Focus Sash or the Choice Scarf. Now, I'm a big fan of the Sash here because unless they double into the Crobat, which is unlikely considering it's kind of squishy, unless they double into it, you're living and you're going to use Tailwind if they do outspeed you. So you're going to get that Tailwind off for your team no matter what, and or the Taunt to kind of screw their team over. So that's a possibility. And then, because you're super fast, you will have the next turn to use Toxic or Taunt or whatever it is that you want to use. So you're good to go. Choice Scarf is not bad if you want to definitely 100% make sure you get off your Tailwind or whatever your support move that you're going for, but I'm a big fan of the Sash on this one. Okay, final set here. We're going to have some fun with this one. Kind of mix it up a little bit, throw some EVs into defense. 252 to attack. As always, we're going to max out our attack on this puppy as much as we can. But we're going to put 100 EVs into both defense and special defense. So defense 100, special defense 100. We're going to throw a little bit into HP with 42 EVs going there. And then a little bit into speed to kind of break any speed ties that could be out. So we're going to put 12 in there into speed. Nothing crazy there. We're still going to have our Tailwind. We're going to have Cross Poison, Taunt, Brave Bird, and or Toxic. So you've got 2 different attacking options here. Now for this build, I do lean more towards the Brave Bird, so we can do a little bit more damage out. We still have that 252 to attack, and we're a little bulkier. We're just not crazy sped up now. Unless we get our Tailwind off, then we have that speed in our favor. For ability item nature, we're going to go, you could actually go either way. You could go Inner Focus or Infiltrator, whichever one kind of suits you better, whichever one you like. I probably lean a little bit more towards Infiltrator on this, but that's totally up to you. We are going to switch the nature from Jolly to Adamant now, so we can really boost our attack as much as we possibly can. Now for the items, I really switched it up here. You could still do something like a Choice Band or something that's going to increase your damage out. However, I kind of like the Black Sludge here because it's your poison type leftovers, right? You're going to be gaining some regen on your HP every turn, and so that's always nice, especially with a little bit of a bulky set. Now, when I say bulky set, this is no Snorlax. It's not going to be tanking crazy amounts of damage. It's still a little on the squishy side. But I do like the Black Sludge here, and the Figgy Berry for the Adamant Nature is going to heal you really well. It's going to heal 50% of your HP once you reach 25% or less health. So that's going to give you a nice boost, get you back in the game, and let your Crobat kind of do some more damage without having to worry too much about losing another turn. And hopefully, with the little bit of tankiness we gave him, he can survive a little longer. So yeah, Crobat's a lot of fun. I actually really enjoy using Crobat. I use it a lot in Sword and Shield, and I've used it pretty much since it came out in Gen 2. I've used it a lot, but Crobat was always kind of a favorite for me. It's got a great shiny sprite and everything, so I hope this guide helped you guys out. If it did, please drop a like and subscribe. Totally helps the channel out, guys, and it's free, so please go ahead and feel free to do that. Otherwise, I do hope this video did help you out, and I hope I see you again in the next video. But until then, guys, take care.